Hello! So I thought I'd put together something that might be a little bit useful for some folks. Namely, if you've also had the fun experience of going and, well, farming the ever-loving crap out of pumpkins. So, here's the deal. Actually, let's see. Came in here with 515 battles, so that gives you a little bit of an idea right there. So, so far, what are we then? 170 parts in? Yeah, so 170 battles in. Currently gotten... Where is it? Yeah, 16 of them, so I came in with one, so I've gotten 15 so far. Basic idea is like follows. I've been... okay. I had been recommended a place, which it turns out to have been level 1, not level 10. Specifically B1, they said, so I assume B1 is that one. They said when you come back after the boss fight, you have a situation where there's two gremlins and a fairy that you can snipe out, and if they're standing on particular tiles, they have a chance to drop that particular thing. Somebody put together a, over on GameFAQs, looks like somebody put together a grid and all that. But, here's the thing. I tested that on another file, it seemed about as effective as this method, and personally, I just find it a little bit more fun. So, here's the thing. When it comes to grinding, generally speaking, I prefer to just keep repeating the same thing over and over, not going and resetting the save. So that's kind of the idea behind this one. If you've got a similar mindset where just, like, resetting the save over and over makes your friggin' brain feel like nails on a chalkboard, then this is kind of what that is for. So the way I have this set up, I have 3 sets of kind of fire squads here. These are all Fusiliers with one pumpkin familiar, who I finally got, and man, I had to pick up this guy just because of that friggin' pumpkin pie ability. But yeah, so I have 3 right here. There's a chance for a pumpkin to spawn right in front of them, so they can blow him away. There's a chance for one to spawn off to the side. They can blow this one away, and then these guys, if anything survived, these are like the plan C, more or less. So if the first 2 are dead, if they spawned, there's a chance for a third one to be there, in which case they would go up and shoot that one. If not, they're there for cleanup, and then, you know, barring that, they are just kind of here to take up space, I suppose. And then this one seems a little bit out of place, but if these 3 manage to miss one of them, or say they get 2 shots off, because these 2 will act first, say they get 2 shots off, they end up getting crits, and they knock one of them into low health, it'll run up to the group and use a pumpkin bomb, which is what this one's here for. It's basically to mess with the AI to allow that to happen more often. They're going to see the low level thing, like, oh my god, I can do so much damage to that thing, and they're going to run up and friggin' suicide them. And yeah, basically just get that kill off early. So first off, right here, best friend fast forward button. I'm assuming you probably are playing this on an emulator anyway. Because good lord, this takes a while. So yeah, got, looks like we got a double pumpkin spawn. There is a third one, but it's unlikely that it's going to end up actually participating in this particular fight. There we go, first 3. This one it wasn't one of the fast ones. I dropped a bag, so we're going to leave that safe as it is. I'm going to go over here. Now, if there was a chance for those 3 off in the center to be useful, it's already passed. Basically what has to happen, well, I mean, I guess we can still try to pull it off. Yeah, there we go. So, since that one moved, this one will now switch over to shooting that one. And just because of that crit, unlikely to work now, because I can get these 2. But I don't really know if another one will get in range to be able to finish it off. But at the very least, they got some gun skills out of it. Some of these hit chances are super low, you might notice. That would be courtesy of the One Vision mod. If you haven't tried it, good lord, it's amazing. Why haven't you? But yeah, it's basically a total, I would call it a total rebalance of the entire game, and adds so many features, so many skills, it's just, it's what the game needed, frankly. I don't think you can shoot from here. I guess you could. Probably from here. But yeah, personally, I like doing this with Fusiliers. You could do this with archers, you could do this with anything with a crossbow, really. Casters, not so much. Melee units, I mean, if you're insane, sure. Alright, so, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Not gonna go for that third one after all. There we go, it's this one that ended up changing it. Go back. That shot. Normally you would just go for those first two. I just figured I would try and show that third one as a target of opportunity, but it wasn't a very good opportunity. Like I said, it's kind of situational as to whether that type of thing would be useful. Most of the time, if you get a crit or something like that, it's just kind of done for, and at that point you just want to retreat. So right now I'm just resetting for an item bag. Basically every time you move a tile, you go and reset the seed, more or less. They have a pretty frequent chance of drops, and optionally one thing you could do is repeatedly drop save states and, you know, go back and just keep resetting it over and over and moving around. Personally, I prefer it this way. There we go, got 2 glass pumpkins in a row. Basically what you're looking at here is just you're going and, well, just taking the drops as they come, more or less. This is just a very efficient way of pretty much going full genocide on a bunch of poor pumpkin people. They just wanted fair wages, instead they became a, Man, this is getting weirdly historical. Never mind. We're gonna drop that subject right there. So, and how it goes. Typically I found that they just drop in bursts. I've been testing this out on a couple different saves, and I mean, in my personal opinion, seems to be a bit better than the floor 1 method. But that's kind of up to personal discretion, I suppose. There we go. You get a lot of pretty decent equipment out of this, especially a lot of damask gear. If we go to the inventory... yeah, it will be slightly different, but some of these things are going to be the same. The damask stuff, picked up a bunch of that, so I'm up to 41 damask vests now. I think I had 23 when I came in here. Leggings, I basically just had 3 of them, so got 17 of those. Where's the vigor rings? Yeah, crap ton of vigor rings for some reason. It seems like fairies aren't usually likely, or just familiars in general are more likely to carry vigor rings. Also picked up 5 holy crowns so far. They dropped those too. They drop books. They've dropped a few dew point daggers. I forget if that's it's just the water dagger. I forget if that has a different name in base game or not. But I don't believe there's been much alteration to the likeliness of drops or what they can... Well, I know some of their equipment has changed, but generally speaking, for familiars, it's pretty similar. They just can equip instruments now. So there we go. This is what I was waiting to show off. So they're just going to go ahead and pumpkin bomb. And that's kind of what that pumpkin's there for. And they very, very slowly get 1 XP point per thing. So much to the point that I've been able to buy a couple of their skills without them ever winning a fight. Kind of sad, but whatever. As long as you're doing fast forward, you can, you know, go do your calls, complain to Comcast, all that sort of thing. Because the odds are, if you have Comcast, they probably screwed you on the bill recently, so why don't you go do that while grinding this out, you know? Good thing to do. Maybe get a little bit of work done if you work from home, I don't know. Lots of potential. And there we go, another Holy Crown. So I think this spot's pretty fantastic, but up to you. Personally, what I really hope to see out of the One Vision mod is probably a witch ability. Maybe just something for Deneb exclusively. To rip the friggin' heads off these pumpkins. Just like, you know how there's a dragon scale move for Dragoons? Basically that for witches, just like rip a glass pumpkin out of their eye or something, I don't know. Something horribly grotesque. Man, I have nothing against these pumpkins. Actually, this new little pumpkin guy is probably my new favorite thing, because like I immediately saw their pumpkin pie ability and just like, you are now my favorite. But yeah, no, this grinding has been redonkulous. I will say though, as far as overall gaining of resources is concerned, this this is amazing. If you're doing the one, I mean, if you're on base game, you might as well just, if you're trying to grind up for cash, you might as well just do orbs, but if you're doing the One Vision mod, this is pretty darn alright. So far, like I said, lots of expensive items getting dropped, and I came in here with like 90 bucks, I think, because I went and spent everything on supplies, and I'm already at 121k. So, I mean, that's nifty. But hopefully this is useful to someone.